All right, reaction number 5 is going to start with the zinc chloride solution. Zinc chloride means that there are zinc ions and chloride ions floating around in this solution. It's clear, so neither of those ions provide a color to the solution. We're going to take about 5 milliliters of the zinc chloride and mix it with 5 milliliters of sodium phosphate. Another aqueous solution has sodium ions floating in solution and phosphate ions floating around in that solution, surrounded by water molecules. And so the 5 milliliters of each of them are going to be combined into the test tube. If I have compound reacting with compound, I would expect 2 compounds to be produced. We'll want to figure out what those are. And instead of measuring out exactly 5 milliliters, I'm going to kind of just use my fingers as a guide. So the first one I'm going to fill up to my first finger level. And the second one I'm going to fill up to my second finger level. Try to get a good angle for you. And instantly you see white solid precipitate formed. It's kind of a weird word for solid, but in chemistry we use the word precipitate when solid is formed out of 2 aqueous solutions. It's different than when we think about precipitation in the, like rain is precipitation. That's liquid coming out of gases. This is solid coming out of liquids. It's falling kind of like rain. It's solid that will then eventually settle out to the bottom. But right now it's all dispersed. But we have a white precipitate and then an aqueous solution. If you take some time to let this settle down, you will get a test tube that looks more like this, where you have clear solution and then white solid precipitate at the bottom. This solid precipitate, there's a little bit less than what we just did. But if I let this sit overnight, this is what you would get. You'd get a layer of white solid and a layer of clear aqueous solution. The trick is to be able to figure out which substance is the solid precipitate and which substance stays dissolved in the water or in the aqueous solution. There are some solubility rules that are on your lab that will help you decide what is the solid product, the precipitate, and what is the aqueous product, the aqueous solution that is clear at the top. So good luck with that one. That is our 5th reaction.